Hey Dom, this is Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are addressing Jungkook and Charlie Puth. They have had quote-unquote issues before, and I wanted to get into this and discuss because I have a lot of thoughts on this. People think that BTS and Jungkook did make a statement recently. I also want to get into a collab that might be happening with BTS and Blackpink in August. I want to talk about and get into it. So grab your dumpling, a tea spilling mug merch, and let's get into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first, leave your hate comment. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. We've been doing this series on this channel where we talk about Americans or non-Asian celebrities that have quote-unquote wronged BTS. And I think people don't actually know that BTS does kind of respond and let us know if there's beef or not. So what is the issue with Jungkook and Charlie Puth? If you didn't know, they did a collab together at one point, not on an official new song, but just covers of their old songs. So Jungkook met up with Charlie and they sang together. Jungkook expressed how big of a fan he was. Charlie talked about just how talented they were. Now, with any non-Asian artist that decides to work with BTS, the fandom or army can be a bit protective. And this is very understandable. The way BTS is treated is like they're not human. They're treated as dollar signs and a way to get to army and make money. People don't care about the well-being of the boys. And if the boys were not famous tomorrow, these people would pretend that BTS never existed. It's fine to not work with someone who isn't well known, as most collaborations are going to be between two people that are well known. But you can still acknowledge and keep up with people who maybe are not relevant anymore or who are smaller. That's being a human being. But anywho, that's how armies feel with any non-Asian artist, and it's happened time and time again. People dug out Charlie's old past where he had spoken about BTS, and the craziest thing that people dug up was during an interview, I believe, on Asian TV. The thing that came out of his mouth was that BTS is a strong fandom, and he wants something like that. People took this as a sign he only wanted to get to BTS for clout. After they did their collab together and followed each other and all that, a little time went by before ARMY started getting furious with Charlie Puth. According to ARMY, it was a random day when Charlie deleted a picture of him and BTS together. ARMYs got furious and was questioning why it was deleted and that Charlie was using BTS for clout, and now that it has been a long time, Charlie deleted it, making it seem like it was for clout. And I believe this was even trending because this got to the point where it was literally the entirety of Charlie Puth's TikTok comments. There was nothing else. You had to scroll for a minute to see something actually related to the content he posted. Now, if you're not a Charlie stan, you wouldn't know this, but Charlie deletes his old tweets I think every year or so. He gets rid of them and just starts fresh. The reason he does this is unknown, but we can take a guess. So many celebrities get canceled for old things they say, and things that were acceptable a few years ago is for sure not acceptable today. So by deleting those tweets, he is avoiding any possible scandals in the future. However, that included a photo, so people assumed that Charlie was pretending as if he didn't know BTS and he was kind of trying to erase that moment. Given that Jungkook is such a big fan of Charlie, I can totally see how this would upset people. But just this example right here shows how important it is to look into the people who you are about to cancel. It's so important to do research and see if this is something that Charlie does a lot. In fact, that was my first question. Does he delete photos of other artists often? And immediately you can see people talking about him deleting his old posts. This was something that was talked about, I believe, before he deleted the Jungkook photo or BTS photo. But what I've noticed is that fake news spreads so much faster than real news, and people like to take things out of context and just spread it. Fake news is much more interesting. It's much more viral and interesting to believe that Charlie Puth actually hates BTS because it confirms what the fandom was already scared of. But it's simply not true. BTS, whether that is Jungkook or Taehyung or anyone, when they manage their BTS social media accounts, which I do believe to some extent they do, I believe the posts are made by them at the very least. And maybe even who they follow. I believe they did unfollow Ellen. I believe they did unfollow Jason Derulo. And these are people who have, at least from the public, and in my opinion, have not been the kindest to BTS. They do continue to follow Charlie Puth on the Tweetster. If that doesn't tell you that they're okay with Charlie, I don't know what else to say. They have cleaned up their following list several times since Charlie, and Charlie still makes the cut every time, and they still follow. Clearly, there is no drama between them. Clearly, they like each other. And Charlie still gets these type of comments. And what's even worse is when he actually addresses the hate that some armies are sending him and talk about BTS. People say that he needs to let it go and that their collab has happened years ago. Most celebrities aren't going to address something unless it's already a big deal. And it was such a big deal that it was all over his TikTok account. Telling him to just get over the hate, I can't even tell you how mean you must be. So everyone can send him hate, but the moment he decides to talk about it, which is the whole reason why he kept getting hate, because people wanted him to address it, but when he finally does, it's like, get over it, this was years ago. This is what causes mental health issues. This is what causes unaliving yourself. This is a form of gaslighting. BTS and Jungkook specifically does not hate Charlie, and neither should you. He has not been mean to any of them. Some people took it that Charlie Charlie had expressed his love for Blackpink, that he must be against BTS. This is, by the way, a rivalry that the groups themselves do not have with each other. This is something that was made up and assumed. None of the K-pop groups have rivalry. They all exist on their own, and typically groups don't have drama with other groups. When they have drama, you'll hear about it being within the group members themselves. They have so much going on for them to just start drama with another group or idol. And also, the idea that BTS would never work with Blackpink because they hate each other is absolute BS. They don't hate each other, but for some reason the fandoms hate each other. Blackpink or YG recently merged with HYBE, and they have reportedly worked together on a few projects. It's really beautiful. Now, it was recently reported that Jennie and the rest of Blackpink will actually be joining Taehyung's website, the Weverse. This is the website that Taehyung spends a lot of his time on and energy to respond back to ARMYs, and he is definitely seen to be the most active on the site. So if you want to catch him, just go over there and write to him, and maybe he will see it and respond. But it was reported that Blackpink will join on August 2nd, and if you're a Blink, you can join and interact with them. The problem I'm scared of here is going to be the fan wars. Please, if you're an ARMY, do not go over to Blackpink and send hate. And if you're a Blink, do not go over to the BTS page and send hate. There is, of course, hate on every platform, but Weverse is special to all of us because of the fact that it's usually hardcore stans that head over there. So the hate is usually less, and the environment is always fun and special. Let's make sure to keep it that way. It is reported that there may be special content coming up in the following month to celebrate Blackpink's 5th anniversary, and that would definitely be something special. This may not be a formal collab with a song, but it's definitely a collab, as BTS does own a part of Weverse and everything that Big Hit does. So this is Blackpink and BTS coming together. Ultimately, they both are going to be making money from coming on the platform, and both will make gains for an even larger audience to show their work to. It's not only Blackpink that will be coming together, we do have iKON and Treasure who may also be joining as well. And as I mentioned earlier, this all shows the lack of drama that exists between them. Because as you can see, if they are bringing these artists to Weverse, then they have no problem with that. They're not bringing people who have publicly been rude to BTS or anything like that, although I can't think of any Korean artists that have, because most of them respect BTS and their success a lot. Like, they want to be BTS, so of course they look up to them. But this all does open the possibility of a collab maybe in the future, and the idea that they can possibly make a song. Another part of me feels like this is them possibly testing the waters, because if people object to even this type of collab, of course they're going to object to them making a track together. But it seems people are happy, and I would love to see an actual collab with them. I think HYBE knows that if Blackpink and BTS came together, their song would probably smash the records. Like, BTS currently holds the YouTube views record, but if they put out a song together, it would probably get like 200 million views in 24 hours. I don't even think that's impossible for them. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. This is due to copyright or getting taken down, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. You can get videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can also recommend things you would like to see over there. We do have a great time interacting with each other over there as well. I do also post BTS fan cafe videos as well as BTS TV show reaction videos. And currently, if you sign up, you have over 400 videos that are already up on there, and you can also get 10% off if you would like to do that. Link is in the top description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. That video is on the front page and it's free to watch. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those and I'll see you over there. Bye.